Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Some very interesting topics to dive into today. Envoy is playing some Call of Duty Mobile Battle Royale tournaments, but also pro players starting to react to Nameless's top 30 COD pros of all time list, certainly disagreeing on exactly the metrics he is using to determine how the players should be ordered. Very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. Really if to the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing that. This from Grateful, as he points out to me right here, like Shotty kind of observing what Scump is up to in this Black Ops 3 throwback and learning for the best. You could well argue before he's going to be teamed with him next season, we would well imagine. Plenty of other things going on though right now, because Modern Warfare 2 Ghost says this. He seems to have a good eye in for what makes a good Call of Duty, saying that yes, he's heard great things as well. We talked about this yesterday about Modern Warfare 2. This game's Vanguard, it's not even out yet. People are always talking about the next Call of Duty beyond even this one. A lot of people are saying it's going to be really, really good. Now, of course, it's over a year out at this point. We have no idea how good it's going to be, but definitely the expectations coming in, because as we were talking about earlier today, if expansion does come in, we need a good season here in Vanguard, and then moving into another good season after that, right? And that is kind of the concern with how Modern Warfare went, but of course the pandemic and the online era certainly didn't help with things, but hopefully, well, thankfully that is back in the right direction, and hopefully this season we have to, well, we can at least wave goodbye to all of that stuff and don't have to deal with any of the issues that involves. Seattle Kraken tweeted this out yesterday. This caused quite some controversy. I'm pretty sure they're a hockey team from Seattle, but just the way everything is designed here, I honestly thought they were like an esports team. I thought it was maybe the Overwatch team of Seattle or something, because I don't really know what that's called. But anyway, hashtag fear the deep, they say, when this thing comes out. And I mean, fear the deep. So fear the deep is mutineers, that kind of hashtag thing they've got going on. So it's like, okay, this Seattle team, which has kind of got a similar stuff, like the Kraken, like they're going down this fear the deep route, but mutineers have already taken that one. So what does this mean, right? Have they just straight up stolen it? Have they jacked it off their Twitter? Because as you can see, mutineers comes in the reply. So are we getting paid for all these ideas you are swiping? No reply seemingly as of yet. Mutineers follow up with this. So Seattle Kraken thinks their hashtag fear the deep. If their tweets that use hashtag fear the deep get more total likes than our tweet over time, they'll steal a hashtag and Twitter will add Seattle's logo at the end. But we aren't going to let that happen, hashtag fear the deep, because of course they changed to hashtag F3, that F3, well, fear the deep with a 3 in it, because to pay respects to F3, Pharaoh. But of course, like the fear the deep hashtag is kind of the original one they had before they changed it. So right now the hashtag still with the F3 in is like kind of the real one, you could argue. But still, fear the deep is kind of what they wanted. So I wonder what will happen here, right? Have Seattle's Kraken just completely nabbed it, or have they come up with this on their own back? I'm not really sure. But I guess something to keep your eyes on going forwards, because it's kind of interesting to see that even Seattle versus Florida, which is kind of the battle of like the seafaring Call of Duty teams, still seems to be continuing even without, well, outside of just Call of Duty in general. This I thought with Envoy was kind of crazy. We're live for the Play COD Mobile $100,000 Battle Royale Invitational. Pretty sure he played this, and I mean, like, kind of crazy. Envoy seems to be good at any input device. Get him on a controller, get him on a keyboard and mouse, get him on a mobile. It's absolutely fine. I know that some people will like play COD Mobile, they'll plug it into some device and connect a controller to it, which seems kind of cheating. But I mean, still, Battle Royale, like, well, mobile in general, like Call of Duty Mobile, I played it a bit last year, and to be fair, it's pretty good fun. Like, it's not the craziest game in the world, but it honestly is like really well done, given it's a mobile game. They've got all the good weapons, all the good maps, all the good guns. Like, if they made a Call of Duty Mobile version for controller, or at least like for PC or whatever with controller, then it would probably be the best Call of Duty ever made, to be honest, if they actually did a good job of it, at least for competitive play. That's what a lot of people suggest. They're like, okay, make a Call of Duty Mobile version for like PC and consoles, and then we'll just play that every single year as the competitive title for Call of Duty, which probably wouldn't be the best for longevity, but still probably would be the best iteration of competitive play that we may indeed have. But still, Envoy having a good time playing it. As he says right here, never thought I'd have so much fun on a mobile game, but COD Mobile Battle Royale was absolutely lit. Finished 9th in the 100k tournament, not the best, but I'll take it for my first time round. So maybe Envoy is going to be making the comeback to something like this. But let's dive back into this again. So we touched on this a few days ago. Nameless's top 30 Call of Duty pros of all time. Very controversial one. And of course, some of the controversial things I thought were down in like the 10 to 30 range. There were certainly different ways you could order things. Of course, I'll say it again, it's very difficult to do these lists. Of course, you know that if you make these lists, you know that everyone's going to be ripping into you. Part of the reason you do it, right, is to create the buzz and kind of the discussion around it within the scene. But anyway, this was Nameless's list put together by Raphael. And well, as you can see, the 13 to 10, maybe, some of these things you could change around. Certainly some talk of which players should be here, which players shouldn't be here. Like, should Zuma be so low? These types of questions. But it really was when we get to the top 10, things get kind of interesting, especially this kind of top 4, top 5 range. Because I was kind of suggesting, look, I don't really think you can have Scump outside the top 3, but Nameless is arguing it. Now, the way Nameless is coming from right here is he's looking a lot at the World Championships. He's saying, yes, if you've won 3 champs, that's enough to put you into the kind of the top 3 category. If you're not quite there, there yet, then you're out of the top 3 in that sense. But Scump kind of responded to this and said, look, I think that the World Championships maybe are somewhat overrated in terms of how, like, obviously they're more important than regular championships, but if you've won 29 odd like Scump has, then you've got to be considered up there. Scump's also talking about the fact that he's been a fantastic player for so many years, and even at this World Championship on LAN, he was absolutely frying after, so many years, right, which shows the longevity that Scump's had and the fact that he was carrying his team at World Championships all the way back in the day, and that they weren't still winning, and still doing things today, you could argue, in a very similar boat. Then, Scump should be rated higher than he is on this Nameless list, and I'll show up with a clip from Methodz as well, where he's kind of saying, look, I think you can't really have Scump outside the top 3. If you're looking at it from the lens of World Championships, it's probably not showing the full picture.
Yeah, I see a lot of you guys talking about Nameless's list. It's all good. It's all good. I'm 26 years old, and I had the #1 KD with the submachine gun at Champs this year with the sub. I think that's pretty tippable, if you ask me. At the age of 26, I threw up a 1.2. That's pretty tippable. We didn't get the placing we wanted, but it's still tippable. I don't know. It's really hard. It's really, really hard to defend yourself when lists are made, because then it's like, you sound obnoxious, you sound conceited, you sound whatever. It's really hard to defend yourself when lists are made. It's hard to. Like, I feel bad even defending myself now, because it's really it all comes down to opinion at the end of the day. But like, I have 29 championships, and a lot of people use the metric of rings. This is like my argument, is people use the metric of rings to a huge extent, which is understandable. Rings definitely hold more weight than regular championships, but I got 29, bro. It's like, once you got 29, it's never be satisfied. Oh, I'm not satisfied, bro. I mean, if I was satisfied, I would retire, I mean, that's just how it is. I still think that I have fuel in the tank. So I'm going to keep pushing. If I was satisfied, I'd just be done competing and just go stream every day. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think you got to
like MW3, best player in so many different games. It was Scump. So he is #4 on my list.
If you're talking about individual, like Seth was carrying that OpTic team for years. I think the worst you can put Seth is 3rd, in my opinion. I think Crim's unanimous #1. I think I'm putting Clay in top 3 over Damon. I think my top 3 is Crim, Seth, Clay, and then Damon.
Couple more world championships, and he may shoot on up to the top 3 somewhere. But #3, this is reserved for an elite club. All right, this is the 3-time world championship club. We got Clayster coming in at 3 world championships, 10-year tenure, 20 championships. The old man does it time and time again.
So this, for example, as Scump is talking about, as Lightman points out, Scump's CDL Champs 2021 cards. I mean, as you can see, despite they went 1 and 2 at the World Championships, of course, they did not get the result they wanted. Scump statistically was absolutely on fire. I mean, of course, in Search and Destroy and Control 1.04, 1.09, but in hardpoint he was pretty dominant. A 1.28 in hardpoint is pretty absurd for an SMG player. Of course, they didn't play all that many hardpoints, but still, over the course of it, very impressive, no doubt. 99 kills per 10 minutes, 99 kills that were damage per 10 minutes, and a 1.28 overall. So yeah, that's the thing with Scump, right? He was putting up stats like this in in the World Championships back in 2013, 2014, Ghost Black Ops 2, when the OpTic team that he was on at the time wasn't winning. They weren't quite good enough to get over the line, despite him being a dominant force. You almost saw echoes of that this title, to be honest, and maybe things will change next year, who really knows. But still, Scump was a great player, has been a great player for so many years. I think that realistically, you've got to consider more things than just the 29 championships that you can see, 1 World Championship ring. Yes, Clayster and Crimsix. I mean, Crimsix no doubt #1, I think. I think you can certainly make a very good argument, given how long Clayster's been competing for, that he should be in the top 3 somewhere. But I think Scump has got to be there as well, and maybe I would agree with Methodz in dropping Karma down to #4. Yes, he's a 3-time world champion, but he hasn't played for the last couple of years. To be fair, Crimsix and Clayster's 3rd ring was online, does does that take away from it to some degree? There's always a massive discussion to be had on these issues. But yeah, I thought it was interesting to hear Scump and Methodz kind of response to the situation, saying that, yeah, Scump probably should be higher here, but maybe Nameless is doing this for the intention of getting people riled up and getting people talking about it. I'm sure he thought about it in the back of his mind when he was making that tier list, no doubt. This also from Atlanta FaZe, the accolade for the Tiny Terrors never ends, because of course, big discussion really where these guys go in terms of a top 10 list. Where do you put Simp and aBeZy? How easy is it to rank these guys, given the fact that, okay, they've been around for a couple of years now, since 2019, pretty much, the Black Ops 4 season. aBeZy was around 1 year before that in World War II, but still, they haven't played for so many years. Like, where do they rank? Of course, they have so many fantastic results and accolades, but and they might get another one at Esports Controller Player of the Year, which I imagine one of these two guys may well have a very good chance of winning. But yeah, considering all that, what do you think about the CDL era, right? How does that play into things? Yes, you might win a fair few championships in the CDL era, but those championships are easy to win, you could argue, but then again, the competition's higher. So there's all sorts of questions how exactly you judge this type of stuff. This also from JP Krez, because of course Worlds is going on right now over at the League of Legends side, and just as he says, being on the production side for about 20 MLG COD events, just watching this and like how the production was going in real time just made me really excited, hopefully, to get back to some great tournaments in Call of Duty. We had them in Stage 4, Stage 5 in the World Championship, but they weren't always perfect, and things I'm sure could, well, be improved and take a step in the right direction. League of Legends Worlds is always insane for this stuff as well, but yeah, I thought it was definitely got me excited for the new season for Call of Duty and the land. This is, well, hopefully going to be coming up every single time, and just wanted to finish out with a couple of funny pictures of the flanks, a rare, funny COD Pro picture chain. This, I mean, this is just a legendary picture if you guys haven't seen this before, with the OpTic guys with a little Turk. I mean, you've got Scump, you've got Maniak, you've got aBeZy. aBeZy's face is just so funny. Like, what a strange picture this is, to be honest. And then it's just like, you just have to bask in the glory of this one, to be honest, from a few years ago now. And then you've got a couple as well from it, just because we were talking about the FaZe guys. This is one of my favorites, to be honest, with yeah, this one Photoshop with Simp down here next to Jess, back in, I guess this is the Black Ops 4 days during the Pro League. And this one as well, which is somewhat more recent, which maybe there was some Photoshop going on here, I'm not exactly sure. But very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the YouTube button. I know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. And I'll grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.